What is up, my sister?
That's good, girl. Welcome back, Harley.
Hello, mate.
You came back to me.
Oh, of course I did. I missed you.
Yeah, well, good. Most people don't. Welcome to the Harley and Josh Show, ladies and listeners and gentlemen. We are the Harley and Josh Show. We're going to be talking about the music industry news, including some music from Horrible Dolphins, Hurricane Wolves, and The Middle Floor. We're going to be talking about live streaming in virtual reality, a festival in London coming up. We're also going to be talking about Spotify attempting to recoup overpaid publishing royalties.
Ooh.
Boots on the other foot. And fake streams on Spotify and what the music industry is doing.
Fake news.
Fake streams. And we're also going to be talking about the whole Ed Sheeran BBC Music Introducing competition that's happening in Suffolk.
Yes, mate. Exciting times.
Stick around. But I mean, you know, the most important thing that people have been wanting to ask for just weeks and weeks and weeks is this. What'd you do?
Oh, I've done so much. I've missed you so much, man. I've been away so long.
Don't cry, I'll
and I'll hold it in. Yeah, I've been away for a long time. I have been working away with Quatreus, doing some of their open reach events. Thank you, of course. Doing a lot of their events and stuff, and they have sent me all over the world. I've been to Wales 3 times in 3 weeks.
Ooh.
So that's been a bit of a weird one. But
3 Wales.
So last week in particular, I started my week by going to Brighton for their events.
Where?
I was with Rainer. It was really cool. Yeah, of course. And yeah, it was really cool. Just running AV tech support for these road shows that they're doing. We've already talked about how they go and stuff. We were at the Albion Stadium, which is their big football stadium. Rainer said it was really funny because he knew exactly what it looked like from playing like FIFA, but never actually been.
Amazing.
So
I think that's what most musicians are like, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know exercise from what it's like in virtual reality.
Exactly. Oh, precursor to
the discussion.
Oh yeah. Around. Interesting thing. Something to look into if you're ever planning on playing a gig. Make sure that the venue is very near to the hotel, and also make sure the hotel has parking for your van that may be taller than your average car.
Oh, what happened?
We had to park half an hour away from where the hotel was and get a train to and from, which was not ideal. But we dealt with it pretty well. Public transport in Brighton's really good, so we dealt with it.
Did the company pay for those expenses?
Yes.
Nice.
So they covered, and I mean, to be honest, it didn't cost that much because it was just train tickets, and it was one station apart from the stadium to Brighton City Centre.
So that was 30-minute.
Yeah, well, it was about 10 minutes. It was great. So we got to enjoy spending some time with some of our muso friends. Me and Rainer got to hang with Jack Carter.
Oh, I've heard so much about him.
Lua, and of many other bands as well.
We've played them on the show before.
We have indeed. And that was good to chill with him. We spent Monday night, Tuesday night, had some lovely vegan kebab, as in vegan doner kebab. It was really nice. And played mini golf.
Did they call it something different?
Beelzebub. Do you want to know something? It's because instead of meat, they used a meat substitute called seitan.
Yes! Oh my god. I'm gutted I wasn't there to be a part of the guffaws that would have come out of your mouth.
It was there was much jolliness to be had.
They go, what's it called? Beelzebub. Why? Because it's made out of Satan. Oh, hello! Oh.
Yeah, right, but yeah, it was really cool. And on the last night that I was there, I went out and watched a really awesome funk band. They're called The Usual Suspects. I'm guessing they're a local band.
Heard of them, yeah.
It was just playing in a small pub. I think they were like BIM students and stuff. They were young guys, but all very good musicians. I got the impression they hadn't been playing together for too long because they were playing all these kind of classic songs and was really into them and passionate about them.
Right, yeah.
Songs that I am bored to death of.
Yeah. I think that's different when you're on stage and doing it and you kind of got to look like you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Right?
And I was really enjoying it until they played their last song, which
What did they do but reggae?
So there's a thing that a lot of pub band sins, I
Yes.
dare call it, is they'll do, let's do this song, but reggae. And there's another thing that a song that every band plays is
But reggae.
Sex on Fire. And they played Sex on Fire, but reggae. And I was like, I'm done.
That's a double header, that one.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, they
we
didn't need to do that.
Can we make that a new feature of the show? Harley's Pub Band Sins.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's do that. I could do that.
We literally just made the jingle because you go, oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Harley's Pub
So
Band
what, did you walk out?
Yeah, pretty much. I finished my drink. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, they were good before that bit.
Yeah, they were really good, really tight. I mean, they played that well, but I mean, I've heard Sex on Fire so many times, I didn't need to hear it again.
Yeah.
So
did you expect Mr. Brightside to come after that?
they did actually started playing Mr. Brightside after that.
But reggae?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I didn't. I heard the intro. I was like, okay.
I gotta leave.
I know what these guys are about now, so
Yeah.
I think I'll just head off home. So yeah, and I was hoping to be going home the next day, but on the Tuesday they emailed me and went, no, you're going to Wales.
Ah.
So last minute trip to Wales and did the same show again, but in a different room. We stayed in a lovely hotel called the Celtic Manor Resort.
You showed me the pictures.
It's massive. It's so beautiful. Yeah, so if anybody wants to go somewhere nice in Wales, Celtic Manor Resort, it's...
Well, where other people are paying for it, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite, yes. And
perks.
We had a very long day then on the Friday because we did 2 shows, and then we packed up and we came home the same day because we had to be back in Suffolk for the weekend.
What were you doing over the weekend?
So we had 2 Chart Attack gigs on the Saturday. We played
2.
So many gigs, you choked. We played Stowe Fiesta, which was amazing.
Oh, how was it? 'Cause that's
really
so much fun.
good. I was panicking so much. There was the A14 was closed on the way in.
Oh no, yes.
So we had to go all around the houses to get
that,
there.
yeah.
But there was traffic getting in because of Stowe Fiesta.
Yes, of course.
We got there. Well, I got there about 10 minutes before we started. Was rushing to get everything working, and we had also rejigged our system that we run the show on,
Right.
and we were having some teething problems with that. So we're making sure, and it was a little bit touch and go. But as soon as that first song started, it was amazing.
Good.
The people in the audience were great.
Yeah.
They're really good, and it was just a really enjoyable show with the most amazing weather, and lots of people got sunburn. We also had Synergy doing the sound. John Hart on the desk did a very good job of that, and
That must have made you feel good when you turned up.
it was comfortable, you know.
Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was John running one stage, Oliver Bakemore was running the other stage because
Right.
they had an acoustic stage next to us, and those guys, they're pro. They know exactly what you need, and they'll give it to you, and no stress.
Before you say it, they're like, "You need this," and you're like, "How
Yes.
did you know?"
Yeah.
John's like,
oh,
"I
guys,
am
can I
your
have it?
father."
Oh, you've got it in your hand, holding out to me. Thank you very much. And they were just, really good. And it sounded amazing. Had a lot of compliments coming our way. And the one thing I was really happy about, I don't know if you remember Drew Cable from
Yes,
college.
yes, I do.
He was there.
Oh, crazy!
Our
Still
metal.
got really long hair.
No,
Oh.
not a single piercing on his face. This is a guy who had,
goodness.
I think he said he used to have 30 piercings.
That's crazy.
None of them. He's nice. He's very, very well toned, very fit, and but just as smiley and happy as ever.
That's helpful.
It was really nice. It was good to catch up with him, and I hope to be seeing more of him. And it was just really nice just to be bumping to old friends.
It is, and then not to be like, "You owe me money."
Oh, that always helps. That's always good. Yeah. So we packed down. We ran straight back to Ipswich. We had a barbecue, and then went straight to Salutations for our gig you mentioned last week. Now it was our 3rd collective gig because we did the Friday, you did the Saturday, and then I played this Saturday.
Exactly.
And it was just a really nice night. We had some of the fallout from the Pride parade festival.
Oh, crazy.
So had lots of people wearing rainbows and lots
Great.
of face makeup and.
But they loved it because you played the Pride pre.
We did, yes.
Or the fundraiser party, didn't you?
Yes.
Did they remember you from that? Was anybody there that remembered you from that?
Bronwyn was there. And she brought a lot of her
She
friends
sang.
along.
Yeah.
Yes, she did, didn't she?
At the
yeah.
Pride party,
She
yeah.
didn't sing at this one. We forgot to get her up, but it was great. It was really cool.
I can hear her just going, "They didn't get me up. Why didn't they get me up?"
Nah, she was cool. She was very drunk by that point.
Good.
So she was quite happy just to
not
be
good.
dancing
Don't
like a
drink, kids.
madman or madwoman, like she is. So yeah, that was a really good Saturday. we went back home. We slept as much as we could because we had to be back at Isaac's midday on the Sunday.
Was that during? So Pride was just the Saturday,
just the Saturday,
right? Okay,
yeah. But it was really cool.
Well, it's
actually.
all month really, and it should be all the time. But the carnival was just Saturday.
Yeah. However, there were a lot of couples there, a lot of LGBT couples. So obviously, either I just hadn't noticed before, or they'd been around that area and went, let's come back here tomorrow. It's really nice and the weather's great. And we played to a really good full courtyard of really adoring people.
I saw the video of you guys playing Patrice Russian.
Yes.
You posted up. I love that bass line. Is that Mark Miller, that bass line?
I don't actually know. Sounds like his bass, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's slap bass, and it was done in the 80s, so I'm expecting it was done by Mark Miller.
Bright jazz bass, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna research that.
We'll do that in the song.
Yeah.
And, so that was a really cool gig. We were absolutely shattered by the end of it, though.
Yeah,
because most of us had a busy week,
as well as the weekend.
So I mean, bless him, Oscar. He was in the van on the way home, and like as soon as the van started moving, he fell straight asleep, and was even talking in his sleep. Bless him.
Amazing! Was he singing the backing vocals in his sleep? Gonna get the harmonies right.
Yeah. It was an intense weekend, but it was really nice.
Yeah, it's good.
And the weather just made it better.
3 Chart Attack gigs in one weekend. That's pretty crazy.
And it's not slowing down. We've got a full month of Chart Attack gigs, a lot of private events. Man. We're off to Richmond next weekend for a private event. So it's a busy old time for us, boys.
That's very good. I mean, the hard thing is being on top of not only being a good performance and making sure that all the gear is right, but it's also transport, getting there on time. Like you were saying, if you hit traffic, sometimes you just can't help it.
Yeah.
If you're going to be late, but it's also the pre-work of exactly what you need, exactly how much is getting paid, who your contact is when you get there. Because a lot of the time when you are organising a gig, the person that you are talking to isn't always the person that's there.
No. And I have to say, for Stowe Fiesta, Dan Harvey, who booked it all, he was there and on site for the whole time, and he didn't need to be there. The organisers for the event, they made sure that we got sorted. They made sure we got paid. He was just there. He just made contact and go, "Hi guys, glad you can make it.
Pass you over.
Thank you very much for coming along." And everyone, all the team with Stowe Fiesta were really appreciative of what we did and thankful for the fact that we did it. And it was just a very good atmosphere, a good vibe for a whole weekend.
Fiesta. Every single time I played it, I was asked to go in last minute because somebody pulled out from doing the acoustic sets.
Oh, okay.
But I was busy myself, so I couldn't
fair
which
enough.
I will tell you about shortly. But do you, who did they have instead? Because Dan asked me, and I sent him a bunch of recommendations.
What slot was
so that? It would have been about 3:00, I do believe, on the acoustic stage. Is that right next to the stage?
Yes. Yeah. So when we turned up, which was we were playing sort of 3 till 4.
Right.
So before us was Joe Gibbings, which was
great,
really great because Oscar. Who plays for Joe from time to time. So started playing guitar to one of Joe's songs, and Joe, where he would usually have a solo, Oscar, without even thinking, went and played the solo.
Oh, amazing.
And they brought it up out front and stuff, and he shouted, "Oh, Oscar Chan on guitar," and it was all a bit weird because we were on 2 different stages, and they hadn't even said hi at that point.
We don't like each other, we just play together. We play on different stages.
So that was really cool. And then afterwards, I think it was A.D. Johnson, did 2 sets. So it might have been that he just did 2 sets rather than the 1 set later on. I could be wrong, but I think
A.D. Johnson's great. Actually, that was what Dan Harvey was saying. Yeah, that he'd like to do. Yeah, he wanted to book him because he has I believe he's playing this Sunday with Jade Peters.
Okay, awesome.
Steamboat, and they have a regular thing. I think it's every month where they do something like this. So that's quite. It's good. You crammed all of that in just under 15 minutes, mate.
Record.
That is very well done for like 3 weeks.
Great. Shawell. I was listening to your show, last week's show this morning, so just getting
Get yourself back into it.
It's really hard. So every time you said something, I go, oh wait, no, I'm not.
You're not actually live, yeah.
I'm not here. Okay.
Exactly. Oh, Josh, shut up. Oh, wait, I can't tell him to shut up. Oh, I can pause him. That's great.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
It's the dream.
Right.
So, yeah, let's play some music from, I believe most of these guys are from Felix, though. This track is called Punch Drunk. It's by Hurricane Wolves. They're playing this weekend as part of the Beach Fest.
Awesome.
Put on by Darren Smith. So check this out. This is Hurricane Wolves.
Underdog on the ropes, punch drunk, I've had enough. I'm always second, never first. Now life's a fight, but I never had enough. I've never had enough. I just keep on going.
That was Punch Drunk by Hurricane Wolves. That is available on iTunes and all those different media outlets for as long as iTunes exists anyway. That's where I bought Punch Drunk from.
That's the new phrase, isn't it? For as long as iTunes lives,
you can buy it there, yeah. But, you can stream it on all the platforms and stuff like this. So, Harley, shall I talk about some things that I did? What did I do?
Please do.
So, had a nice busy week. I was literally just talking to you about a great deal I've just had.
Great deal.
Great deal.
Marty.
Harley. Basically, we are off to Glastonbury this week. There it is. It's the first one this year. We're off to Glastonbury this week. And so I really wanted to get some merch to take along with, but obviously I left it to last minute. We've got some Ipswich embroidery and print have really helped us out by printing us our bowling shirts. I put a post out on Suffolk Business Stars, and Ipswich, that loads of people came back to me and were giving me quotes and stuff. Ipswich Printer Embroidery gave me the best quote, and Adam was really helpful. I haven't picked them up yet, but I'm going to go and pick them up hopefully today or tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Really excited to show everybody what our new bowling shirt's going to look like. So we wanted to get them, get them all ready for Glasgow. But I also wanted to take some merch with us to sort of see if, because we don't get paid to be there. It's amazing to be able to be at Glastonbury and go to all the different see these amazing acts.
Yeah.
We're sort of singing for our supper basically. So I asked this wonderful printing company that Rainer Van Dale, tick it off your bingo cards. You could have ticked it off earlier. We've already talked about it twice.
Yeah.
He did a video on them recently. He went up and got some t-shirts printed for his YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/Rainer Van Dale. And they did me a wonderful deal. I shopped around for this for the t-shirts. Everywhere was kind of hitting at least 360 quid for about 50 t-shirts that were black with one colour, which that's just what it is. I mean, there's big margins with with t-shirts, which would have meant that that I would have to at least charge 10 quid for the t-shirts, which I didn't really want to do. I really wanted to sell the t-shirts for a £5, just at the festival, just get people wearing our merch, get people with our branding on them, and for all the muddy, dirty festival goers that have probably just been absolutely trashed, they're like, oh, t-shirt, £5, sorted. I don't have to go home and get changed. I can just.
It might be a bit muddy.
Yeah,
I don't know what the weather's
Looks
doing
like
at the
it's
moment.
going to be stormy. Apparently,
is it?
I don't care. It's going to be amazing.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm just quoting my own song. So Ouroboros did a wonderful deal for me. Thank you. There was kind of mates rates involved there, but they weren't inclined to do that. They don't know me. And they did it just to help Rainer out, I believe. So good on them. Thank you very much. I can't recommend them anymore. They've really turned it around quickly, considering that the period in which I need the shirts. I asked them last week, and they're getting it to me tomorrow. So
that's amazing.
That is amazing. So yeah, I think you guys should all check them out. Well done for them. Thank you very much. So I was for the rest of my week, I was on Felixstowe Radio on Friday morning for Suffolk Day.
Were.
Yeah, for Suffolk Day. Happy Suffolk Day for a couple of days ago, guys. It was especially just to just celebrate all the wonderful things going on in Suffolk, and just talk about sort of play down some of the moany stuff that people like to say about wherever they live, whatever county you're in. People will always say it's bad around here, isn't it? I hate it. But we just wanted to sort of just say there's some just wonderful stuff going on, and I was there as an advocate for just how good the local music scene is. They said, if you've got any tips for bands that people should check out. I was like, Under the Sky. You got to check out Ashton Jones Project.
Hell
and it was just, I was trying to go for the original stuff, and they were all like, I don't know who that is. So I was like, well, now you can go check them out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
just check out the Harley and Josh Show playlist.
Exactly, on Spotify, which you can subscribe to, ladies and gentlemen,
Please do.
or follow, is what it's called. We've also got a Harley and Josh Show YouTube playlist, which has got all the music.
Now.
Yes, well, we've had it for quite a while now. Basically, I transferred everything that we have on the Spotify playlist onto a YouTube playlist that people can check it out. So
amazing.
Yeah, so if you were at a house party and you got the TV on, you got YouTube there, but you don't really know what to put on, just put that on, and there's loads of great local music going on there. So yeah, including Polly Haynes, and Barnes Courtney as well. Actually, I put him on there because
kind of local.
Yeah, he came from around here. So yeah, I had that on Felixstowe Radio. I was playing Woodbridge Football Club on Friday night for Sadie Thomas's fundraiser. Well done, Sadie. She raised over $2,500. Well, she smashed that goal. I don't know. She must have raised over $3,000 for St. Elizabeth Hospice. And,
awesome.
Right. Her dad has had a long battle with cancer, and they've done some amazing things for him. And she's going to do a 400 mile bike ride from, I believe it's Rome to Venice.
Ooh.
Right.
I didn't know they were even that far apart.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you think about that's like cycling from here to Scotland.
Yeah.
About that, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck, Sadie. I think she's still raising money. So yeah, we had a really good time that night. I donated some CDs for them, and I think we raised an extra sort of couple. Well, the night she raised so much money, but I think we raised about an extra £50 just on CD sales. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your CDs, and well done for donating. So yeah, that was Woodbridge on Friday night. There was a lot of people there that hadn't seen us for a while because we hadn't played at the Warwick with the Lockabillies for a long time.
Awesome.
And we hadn't played in Woodbridge with the Lockabillies for a long time. So there was a lot of people that sort of like, I've been itching to get up and dance. So thanks for coming out. I was knackered though, because we finished off about half 11. We were loaded out by about 12:30. Got home about 1 o'clock, and then I had to be teaching at 9 o'clock in the morning in Stowmarket for Bravo School of Rock, where I had 2 private lessons with my senior students, which I'm so proud of how much they've come along just in the last 3 weeks from when I've been there.
That's awesome.
They've had great teaching before then, but from what I've seen so far, they've really excelled. So I'm really proud of what they're doing, and they're a nice little unit. They you can tell that they're friends. They're not just just there just jamming and because their parents paid for them to be there. I had just my junior students as well. And they were getting them all. So they're doing great. I mean, there's some of them. They've even subscribed to me on YouTube. So thanks, guys.
Awesome.
I love that. So yeah, and then they've got a performance coming up at Stowmarket Carnival, which we're going to be coaching them for. So we've got full sets for each of them. I can't wait.
Awesome. Do you know what date that is?
That is a very good question. I believe it's in July.
Okay, cool. We'll mention it next week.
Yeah, I think it's like. It might be the 20th of July, but I'll find out. But yeah, they're doing a really great job. Quick thing I wanted to mention there was a query I had that because ages ago we had to do a big cull on our Facebook individually because we would have students that would follow us or try and friend us on Facebook, where they are under 16 and it's just inappropriate. For us to have them on there, which obviously we did without question because safeguarding is very, very important for young people. But there are certain things that you can't really police as easily, like Instagram and YouTube, where people will follow you. You don't actually approve them to follow you.
No.
It does give you a notification, but you don't often see those.
They're slightly different, I think, because they're a bit more of a one-way medium.
Right, yeah.
They can follow you. If you were to follow them, that might be another story. But
and it's comments and stuff because they would send you private messages. If it was private messages, immediately I'd be like, I can't talk to you on here.
Yeah.
And also YouTube comments. whatever you say back is in the public eye. So if you've said something inappropriate, then you will be reported, and it's
right,
slightly easier for people to raise a red flag when you've been inappropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just bringing that up in Moreland, the school I teach in. I was just like, where's the boundary here? Because I do not want to be, making anybody feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And they were saying, well, I think if you just say thank you to the comments when they say, oh, I really like this song, because primary school kids are on YouTube now. They shouldn't be, but they're on YouTube and they post videos with parental consent. So anyway, so I think it's an interesting thing. So on the Saturday, I'm going to rush through this. Attitude, we played at Adastral Park.
Yes.
Thanks to Rob Lewis for recommending us for that, and Jim Milne. There was 4,000 people there.
Wow.
4,000 people. It was absolutely scorching hot. We had Rainer on drums, Murray on bass, and we had a special guest, Alice Birch.
Oh, yes.
Who's played with Gem and the Nightjars before. She's also from the Ipswich Jam Nights, from Webby's Jams. She helps out every single week. She did a cracking job.
Was that the first time she's played with you guys?
Yes, it is.
Wow, that's awesome.
She messaged me a while back. She was like, I'd really like to play for you guys because I just think it would be fun. So, yeah, if you've got any things where you need a dep. And it turned out that Rich couldn't do the show, and neither could Ben Goebel, who's my sort of...
They're
my
your guys.
second guys. So anyway, I think it's really nice to know that she's about. We usually use Hannah Hinchliffe, who is her friend, but she's now off at uni.
Yeah.
So Alice, she was just great. She was really, really pro, played really, really well, practiced, dressed the part as well. I offered her a bowling shirt, but she was like, no, I'm going to wear a polka dot dress. So she did good.
That's, yeah.
She did. She performed really well. The sound was great on stage. There were a bunch of my mates, for like Keith and Jay from when I was back at the Region doing roadieing there. So I felt in good hands.
Nice.
And yeah, really lovely crowd. Very receptive, even if it was like 30 degrees or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely melting. That same day, we reached 3,000 Facebook likes.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much. It's nice little digital currency to sort of say to people, yeah, we are a big deal. Please have us.
And that goes a long way when someone finds your page on Facebook and they go, "Oh, they got 3,000. That's really they must be worth following."
We got a couple more recommendations as well. You've rated us 5-star because you said I was a fitty.
You are
on our Facebook. Thank you. But yeah, some other people just like, people I don't know, just saying 5 stars. We really enjoyed these guys. So if you do like a band, please let them know. And by doing that. So because we got that, we released some brand new music. Well, I'll say brand new music. It was pre-session sessions that we recorded last year. Before I recorded my solo stuff, we went into Sugar Ray's vintage recording studio with Rainer and Murray, recorded some Lockabilly's tracks, and I've just released them for free. So if you are a Lockabilly's fan, please go on our page, just click on the Bandcamp link, and you will be able to get that music for free. It'd be really good if you download it. I've put up the raw editions on there of no mastering, no cuts, just exactly what came off the tape machine, so people can hear what it was like to be in that session. But then I've also edited them to put them up on Spotify and iTunes, so they should be coming up on there very, very soon.
Awesome.
Last thing was that we played as the Buccaneers yesterday. So JS and the Buccaneers, I told you about this last week, guys, that it was my brand new band with Tom McCarthy and Rich Webb, playing all sea shanties from the 1600s up till now. And it was such an amazing gig at the Freston Boot.
So how long has this been in the making?
About 3 years.
You've been talking about this for a long time,
Yeah.
and it's great to see the process of how you kind of put it together.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I had a slightly outside view of the Lockabillys coming to be.
Yeah.
But we weren't
as close.
No.
We didn't have a podcast.
No, we. So although you haven't been talking about it so much on the podcast, but talking about it off air and stuff like that, it's been amazing to see how it's sort of become what it is.
Yeah, it was great. All acoustic. We just had my little treasure chest with a speaker inside with a stomp box. I had a shaker on my foot, one of those little Meinl egg shakers.
Yeah.
Just sort of strapped to my foot. Rich had a tambourine on his foot and an accordion. Tom had a banjo and some like nut shells that he was just around his leg that I thought sounded like bones. So it sounded really cool. And it was great. Everybody's singing along. Good crowd. We'll hopefully be back there again.
Awesome, mate.
But anyway,
That's
thank
awesome.
you very much for listening to that. So I am super excited for you to hear this track. This is super fun. Horrible Dolphins have just released their most recent EP, Skive to Survive. I really like that. This song's just about how glued we are to our telephone screen, so I think you're going to really love this. This one's called Telephone Screen by Horrible Dolphins. Check it out.
What do you do it to yourself? What do telephone screen.
Oh, well done, Horrible Dolphins. I think they've made my new Horrible Dolphins favourite song, Telephone Screen. Check it out. It's on iTunes, all those different places. Well done, guys. I love it.
Sweet.
So let's get on to it. We have the news that Spotify is attempting to recoup overpaid publishing royalties in the US.
And live stream via VR festival melodies. VR.
MELODYVR.
I've done
And we've
that
also
wrong.
got news on fake streams with music news. So yeah, let's do quick bite-sized music news for you.
Okay, yes.
So live stream VR festivals are happening via MELODYVR. UK-based EVR Holdings-owned VR music platform MELODYVR, that's virtual reality, Melody Virtual Reality, has partnered with London's Wireless Festival, used to be O2 Wireless Festival, to broadcast the event live in virtual reality. Users will be able to stream the event on their smartphones via the new MELODYVR mobile app. So you'll be able to strap it to your face and see the whole thing in 3D and experience the festival if you don't have a ticket. What do you think about that, Harley?
I think that's really interesting.
Interesting, isn't it?
I like the idea of it.
Why are people trying to find alternatives to going to live music? Like holographic gigs like we've talked about with Randy the other week, and virtual reality gigs. Why don't people just go to see live music?
I think it reflects to me a lot of 3D movies things.
Right.
Like 3D cinema has been a thing for years, and it's basically what they've done to try and get people to go to the cinema once home TVs were invented and people had less reason to leave their house to go see a film.
Yeah.
So I think it's just trying to compete with a digital world, and just to find another way of letting people see the music, and to market live music. It'll be interesting to see kind of what experience you get from it, whether it's a better, worse sort of performance, whether you feel like you're really there, or whether it seems just like a DVD where you can turn your head.
So do you reckon it'll be somebody that will be like stuck on somebody's head that you're experiencing, so somebody else's experience of a festival, or do you think it will just be a camera on a pole that is broadcasting to your phone? I
get the impression it's going to be like it's going to be one of those 3D, like camera on a pole.
You reckon?
But a 3D one, so you can kind of turn your head left and right a bit more. I would have expected it to be a little bit further forward from where the sound desk is, but then you then have problems of people being there.
Or maybe you can switch between cameras. That'd be really interesting.
That'd be an interesting thing. Like I've done.
You can be on the side of the stage.
Yeah, I've seen like multi-camera gigs where you can kind of click between screens and you can be on the stage with the band.
Oh, amazing!
It'd be really cool if you could like have a camera right at the front of the stage, so you're like front row seats.
Yeah, or like from the stage looking out.
Yeah,
like you were just saying.
It'd be really interesting to be a front row seats, but then have good sound, because you're never in the ideal position in front of the stage.
Crazy, right? Anyway, let's move on to something different than that, because we're running out of time.
What?
So, where has it gone? Spotify are attempting to recoup overpaid publishing royalties in the US. This all began in March when Spotify, alongside other music streaming operators like SiriusXM, Pandora, Google, and Amazon, they lodged an appeal against mandated pay rises for songwriters and publishers in the US. This is all, US news, but it could affect us here. The headline news about that pay rise, decided by the US Copyright Royalty Board, was that mechanical streaming payouts for the likes of Spotify would rise by 44% or more between 2018 and 2022. Now, Spotify have now said that because of these sort of family subscription and student discount versions they've brought out, they're basically saying, we've overpaid in royalties according to your laws, so we want that back. And they're saying we don't want it back now, but I mean it's millions and millions and millions from these companies, that like these publishing companies,
right,
which would put them a lot out of business. But it's so funny that they don't want to pay that money in the first place, and they don't like the bill. But then if they find something in that bill that they're like, oh, that helps us, so they're going to try and shoot down the bill, and they've put court cases against the bill. But they're still using parts of that bill to try and get money back. You
can't have your cake and eat it too, man.
Yeah, right. What do you think about this?
I think if they're gonna use the new laws for their benefit, then they should stick with the new laws. Right. If they're gonna not, then suck it and
suck it and pay out.
Yeah. It sounds like with the new laws there are benefits for both sides to a point. So take their losses, take their wins.
Yeah.
I think it's fair that musicians should be being paid more for what they're doing and stuff. For the work that they do. The streaming side it's not doesn't seem like the most sustainable form of keeping musicians, in
Paid.
work.
No.
So.
I think it's just they're just squeezing publishers without thinking about the repercussions.
And I think this is where artists and bands are finding other streams of income, like virtual reality gigs, to try and sell a few extra tickets for those who can't make it to the gigs. Ooh, there we go.
Interesting.
Putting
That's
it all
crazy.
together.
Right. I love it, Harley. I absolutely love it. But where is it gone? Music news. Here we go with music news. So, all right, let's go on to the big story.
That made me jump.
Oh, it did. Good. I hope it made everybody jump at home. Fake streams. We're going to talk about that. On June 20th, a powerful group of industry organisations, this is last week, including the 3 major labels plus publishing groups owned by Universal, Sony and Warner, so this is a big deal, inked a code of best practice. That wording might ring some bells from what we were trying to do locally, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Designed to tackle the blight of fake streams in the modern music business. So streaming fraud, that's what we're talking about here. It's quite simple beast to comprehend, because it always serves one of 2 non-mutually exclusive purposes. The first one is deliberately inflating metrics which affect an artist's perceived popularity. So loads of plays to make them look good.
As we were saying about, you've got 3,000 likes on your page, it makes someone go, well, they must be good.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had
a million plays on Spotify, then upping their chances of getting signed or their chart successes, etc. Now, number 2 is inflating the revenue share that an artist and or their fellow rights holders receives from streaming services. So this all comes from fake streams. In a nutshell, they cover any instance whether for monetary or industry charting benefits, whereby one party pays another party to rack up illegitimate plays of an artist's music. We were talking about this before we went on air. Is often achieved via bots or stream farms, was the word that you used.
There was a video shared around a few months ago of some place where they had a rack of different phones, all on a charging bank, and they just all had Spotify open, playing the same song on loop.
Exactly right. So they're often using different accounts, or maybe some of the same account. It's often achieved. So basically, they'll continually play the music of the paying party. So people will pay for this service in order to boost their play counts, and as a consequence, boost their chart position, market share, royalty payouts, or simply their perceived industry hotness.
Cool.
Right, it's pretty bad. Problem being, if you actually dig into the industry's new 21-point code, which is what they were hashing out last week, also undersigned by the likes of Spotify and Apple Music, so they were there, it doesn't really pledge to sort of stop it at all.
Right.
It is a toothless proposal, essentially amounting to, to quote, well, this is like a fake quote, but this is what they really kind of are saying. None of us are happy about streaming fraud, but considering that it could benefit any of us at one time, let's not hold each other's feet to the fire too harshly. Instead, here's a general list of reasons why we all agree, in principle, that streaming fraud is a bad thing, and what, in an ideal world, we might vaguely do about it.
Okay, yeah, that's
Right.
very around the bush.
Right, exactly. So many beatings. So you can read more on the code's tragically limp set of proposals. But it's...
What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all. Nothing about what you were miming at me. But its powerlessness is ultimately summed up by a single sentence, right? This code is not legally binding and does not create any contractual or pre-contractual obligations on any law of legal system. In other words, after a user pays, say, $9.99 for a monthly premium streaming account, what they should really do is to monitor which artists that account is individually played in that month, and divide the small amount of money they've paid accordingly. That's how it should be. So, at the moment, it's kind of like an et al thing,
Right.
all the plays over a while, and then people they divide that money up. Whereas it should be much more reflective of this person paid this account, and they the money, the money they've given to the company, divide that up by the sort of plays.
For example, I paid $9.99 a month, I think, for my Spotify account.
Yeah.
And I have listened to nothing but Elton John this month. So
I doubt that. I expect it's probably Opeth or like Porcupine Tree.
I actually want it's a lot of Sigrid.
Oh, nice.
A lot of cheesy pop
yes.
but yeah. So Elton John will get £10. Well, probably not £10. Probably a profitable amount because Spotify need to take their cut.
Yeah.
Say it's half. If it's half and half, I don't think it should be that much. But £5 to old Elton John, £5 to Spotify, or 8 and 2. But if I listen to, say, half Elton John, half Fall Out Boy,
right.
Fall Out Boy get $2.50, Elton John gets $2.50. Is that kind of what you're?
I think that's what we kind of is looking towards. Whether that be a more fair model, but whether they do that or not is something different. But that means that these dodgy stream farms, if they want to play their own dodgy 30-second per track library. Endlessly from June the 1st through June 30th, so 1 month's worth of subscription, that's fine. They get their money back minus Spotify's overheads, tax and profit margin.
Right.
So that means that they can't actually profit off it.
Or the alternative is, if you have an account and you want all the money to go towards that artist, you've only got to play that song once, and then if that Spotify account only plays one song, that's all they need to do. That means the numbers, the actual figures don't matter.
I suppose so. So they'd have to hash that out a bit, right?
The figures with the streams, the play count will be just a bragging right and no longer a monetary statement.
Because the way you're saying it, then I mean, that person has technically paid £9.99 just to play one song. So
if they want to do that, that's fine.
But that money goes to the right people then, doesn't it? It doesn't just go to whoever's got the biggest share of profits plays throughout that whole time.
But it still won't fix the problem of people wanting loads of streams to help them get signed, because that's not a case of taking a profit from a Spotify. It's about making you look more important than you are.
Yeah. That'd be really interesting. I'd like to see how this goes. What do you guys think? Please let us know. We're on Facebook.com/Harley and Josh Show.
Yep.
If you've got any specific thing you want us to talk about or to answer, if you've got any specific questions, please let us know. Or even if you're just like Toby Houghton and you want to ask stupid questions every time.
Please do. Yeah.
We love them.
Always, we're available on Twitter as well. You're on @Lockabillies.
Yes, I am. And you are @Harley C.
I am indeed. There we go. We're really good at remembering each other's Twitter handles.
I can't remember my own. So without any... Oh, wait a second. Let's just quickly talk about a little thing that happened last week that we're thinking about.
Thing I found and thought about this morning.
Jingle.
So Ed Sheeran has gone into partnership with BBC Music Introducing, Richard and the wonderful Angel, who's been on the show, to choose the support act from the local pool of musicians from Suffolk to support him on his shows at Chantry Park at the end of August. Now, to do this, how do they do this, Harley?
I think via the BBC Suffolk Introducing Facebook page or website.
Their website.
Okay, cool.
It's their uploader.
There's been a lot of talk about this from local musicians online because it's starting to become a bit of a trend for a lot of musicians that Battle of the Bands, or competitions, things like that. Essentially, it's what it is. That they can be detrimental or negative for artists and musicians.
I get that, yeah. This is it's a different thing because...
Well, there's an actual prize.
Yes, that is true.
It's not false promise.
Yeah, it's not like get some free studio time and maybe talk to an industry exec. It's more sort of the thing of like... So they choose it much the same as they would if they wanted to play a song on their show.
Yeah,
it's it goes on the uploader. They listen to it. If it's good, then they will sit there and go, okay, should we play this? We'll put it up against the other songs.
Yeah,
and I think that's quite a good democratic process because Angela and Richard really do know the music scene locally, and they know who's putting in the work, and they know who's just a flash in the pan. But I'm going to throw my name in there. I'm going to upload some music.
I think you should. Yeah,
but it's just because I would feel stupid if I didn't.
Yeah.
But more, if they ask me to do it, I'll do it, and I'd love it, and I would love it, and I'd be super thankful for it. But if it's not, what I want to see is somebody who, like a young, like, up and coming, who is really, really good, and needs to be seen and will really benefit from the experience. But somebody that, you know, wouldn't be super big-headed and just be like, right, I've got parents that pay for absolutely everything and they're doing all the work for me anyway. I just go up and pay.
Yeah.
They need to notice the hard work that goes into playing on a big stage.
Yeah.
So it's really down to Richard and Angel and the panel.
An interesting thing here is for anyone who's going into this with your, you know, toes and fingers crossed, because it would be an amazing opportunity. A good thing to remember about this is they're probably not going to be looking for the best band full stop to play. They need to find a band or an artist that they think will complement Ed's music, will be part of the show. Renegade 12, amazing band, but they're all big and heavy and rocky, and it then comes down to Ed Sheeran. It's not going to work with the flow. All that said, I think so. The Darkness is supporting.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, Underline the Sky are playing for it. You know, they
I hope
could
get
probably
that.
work. Ashton Jones Project are playing for it. That could be quite big. But yeah, who do you guys think should play? Please let us know. And if that band hasn't maybe put it forward, maybe they'll put it forward because you've asked them to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got to move on to the loud gig list. Harley, where are you playing this weekend?
I have just the one gig, and I believe it's with you.
Oh,
I think.
well, no, it's not this weekend because I'm not here.
Oh yeah, so you're not.
I am going to be at Glastonbury this weekend,
Fair
so
enough.
I am not going to be around for you. I am so sorry for you.
I don't actually. If I am playing this, I need to find out.
Oh, very nice.
But Hoppy and the Hopefuls are doing an acoustic set at the Gladstone Arms.
Very cool.
So we'll look to see. I need to find some details on that. But
Yes.
Gladstone Arms in Stowmarket, isn't
Exactly, indeed.
it? We're going to be doing a small, chilled out, laid back set.
Yes.
Obviously without yourself. So we'll
Lucky
be.
you.
We'll. Yeah, I know. It's nice, relaxing. I mean, I've missed you, man. I could gig with you right now, except.
Yes.
There's only two of us, and they've not got much of an audience. Unless
I'm
you
not sure if
guys are
it's a
listening
gig
at home, are
or
you?
if it's a practice. That's more of a practice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that'll be fun at Glaston Arms with
Yeah.
Hoppy and the Hopefuls. I want to do a quick shout out to something that's starting at the Wolsey Theatre this week.
Yes.
The Addams Family musical. That's a bunch of my mates are in the cast for that.
Oh, really?
And shout out to Tom and Laura because I played their wedding. And Owen that's putting this on. It just looks absolutely amazing. I really wish I was there.
Who
I'm
plays
gutted.
Thing?
I don't know. You.
I could
That'd be great. Just
I
under
am a hand,
stage
yeah.
where there's a hand.
Just wear a thumb helmet.
A thumb helmet, nice. You're the thumb master. Yeah, so good luck to you guys. I hope it's wonderful. I bet it's sold out already.
Cool. So we've also got Arms to Oblivion live at the Black Horse
exactly.
on Thursday.
At 7:00. I believe that will be a Dead Soul Promotions thing.
Nice, good stuff.
We got the Middle Floor, who we're going to finish the show off, playing with alongside Caswell.
Yeah.
So that's a great lineup if you like your hip hop, and if you're just amazing like electronica. That's at Cult Cafe this Friday the 28th.
Really good venue for that kind of thing. I think.
Yes, it will be. It will be great. It'll be the right demographic for them. What's next?
Awesome. We've got The Verdict with Anorak Patch and Two-Headed Boy.
Very unsigned, very fresh bands.
Great stuff. Friday 28th of June at Queen Street Brewhouse.
Nice. There's Bands in the Sand in Felixstowe. First time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
They've got Manic Blackout playing. They've got Killer Corp playing. This is Darren. This is behind Manning's at the Quiver Paddleboard Centre in Felixstowe on Saturday from 12 p.m. It's amazing. I'm so glad that Darren's doing this.
Yeah.
Because it's from 12 o'clock till 10 p.m. It's pretty much metal the whole
Love
way
it.
through.
I'm really looking. You say
That's so
about Manic
cool.
Blackout, they're in the studio with me on Sunday. So
amazing.
Really
Where-
looking forward to
Area 51?
They're at Area 51
Oh.
recording some guitar and vocals.
See if you can get some 2 cents on how this festival went down to talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
on the
do,
show
yeah.
next time. You're next.
Yes. Well, we've done Quiver Paddleboard. So
Yes,
yep,
exactly,
yep. We've got Pride After Party in Colchester.
The lineup looks
At
amazing.
Coda with Horrible Dolphins, Pet Needs, and Crooked State.
Yes.
So Horrible Dolphins, we've already played them. That was an awesome song. And also,
Just Pet Needs.
yeah.
We also got to say they're amazing.
Yeah.
So that's
Have we had Crooked State before?
No, I was checking them out today. They are slightly further afield, so I thought
Nice.
I'd play Horrible Dolphins because
No,
I
that's
love
better.
them.
But check him out.
Yes, that's Saturday 29th of June at the Coda in Colchester. We've got the Summer Showcase concert on Sunday, the 30th of June from 3 p.m. That's Rob Lewis's wonderful students getting up and some of them playing for the first time in front of people.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm good luck, guys. You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, that'll be a great little show.
It will be a
He's
great
got some
show.
awesome students. We know some of them. We've seen some of what they
have.
do. It'll be really cool to see them doing their
Shout
thing.
out to Hope. Have a great time, mate. I'm expecting you to be singing. I'm sure you'll be wonderful.
Yes. We've also got Built for Comfort return.
I mean, so you know who's in Built for Comfort?
I know.
Mark Stewart.
Right.
This is the band that Mark Stewart was sort of like treaded the boards with back in the day.
Wow.
And they're a great band. They're playing at the Salutation this Sunday, the 30th of June. I'll be expecting that to be happening from about 5, but I haven't checked out what time it's starting. That is, yeah. I mean, they're such a great band, and they'll bring a great crowd from all the people
Awesome.
remembering from yesteryears.
Great.
So yeah, what's the last one?
The last one we've got Three Wise Monkeys live. Three Wise Monkeys. I did say it right first time, and I thought I was wrong. Live Sunday sessions, which is what you were playing with yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait, yesterday was Sunday. Yeah.
No,
Sorry, last week. I'm getting confused because I listened to last week's show this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
With Tilly Moses, which is great. She's back in Suffolk. She's been in York at university. She's just finished her degree, and it'll be great to see her back in Suffolk doing her thing locally.
That's pretty amazing. Oh yeah, I've checked out her stuff. She's got this really nice kind of folky vibe.
Very folk, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be quite amazing to sort of to see how that translates.
Yeah.
I've really got to find out who did that bass line.
Oh yeah.
Oh crikey, let me just fill this out. No. Oh crikey, let me see if I can find this out. Because it's one of my favourite bass lines of all time because it's just so fun. Session bass player Freddie Washington.
Freddie Washington.
So it wasn't
right.
Mark Miller. I was completely wrong. It's Freddie Washington. So yeah, and that was the one that was in Men in Black.
Yes.
Men in Black. Men in Black.
And of course, if you go to our Chart Attack page, you can watch us playing.
Yes, you playing it absolutely wonderfully. I
Self-plug.
absolutely love that track. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to you guys. Please check us out on Instagram as well.
Yes.
We're on there. We're on YouTube. And just let us know what you guys want us to
Drop into the
talk
comments.
about.
Tell us hi.
Exactly. So yeah, we love you. Goodbye. This is Rooftops by The Middle Floor. Check it out. Have fun.
Bye.